Let's start the second session of Principles of Management, and this session is about the principles and functions of management. First, we'll recap what we have done in the first session. So in first session, I have answered what is management, who are the managers, different objectives of management and features of management. Let's do a quick revision of all that. So what is management? Management is an art of getting things done through people. Okay, so management is all about creating an environment within the organization so that people can work together and accomplish the common goals. Okay, who are the managers? The person who is responsible for directing, for controlling, for staffing, for motivating the employees within the organizational settings, within the organization. They are bound to the job, they are bound to employment. Those are the managers. Then next, objectives of management. So as I have told you, there are various objectives. So first is getting maximum results within minimum efforts. So you are properly managing everything, you are properly utilizing everything, and so that you can get the maximum results out of minimum efforts. The next feature, that is the increasing efficiency. If everything is properly coordinated, everything is properly managed, everything is smooth enough, so obviously you will get the increased efficiency within the organization. Then next, that is the maximum prosperity of employer as well as employees. If both the employees and the employer part, both functions which is related with the both the parties, if everything is properly coordinated, everything is properly uh, means everything is in sync, then obviously what will happen, that will lead to the prosperity, that will lead to the harmony within the organization. Okay, so then the next, that is the objectives, features of the management. That is, it is a goal oriented, it is management is about integrating the human, physical and financial resources within the organization so that the organization can gain the objectives, so that they can achieve the objectives of the organization. It is a continuous process, it is pervasive in nature, it means it is available in each and every organization, it is universal for all the organization, and it is a group activity. So this is all about the first session which we have covered previously. Then next, let's talk about the current session. The session objective is, after studying or after this session, you all will be able to understand and get the clarity about whether management is an art or it is an science. It is a science. Okay, so let's start with, first we'll, there are various debates which is happening, there are various discussions are happening, like whether the management is an art or it is a science. So as here it is written, a number of debates have taken place over the nature of management being an art or a science. Okay, so let's take one by one whether it is a science or it is an art. see one by one, like if we are considering management as a science, so what does it mean? And if we are considering management as an art, what does that mean? Okay, so management as a science. Science is a systematic body of knowledge pertaining to a specific field of study that contains general fact which explains a phenomenon. It establishes cause and effect relationship between two or more variables and underlines the principles governing their relationships. Okay, so what is science? It is a body of knowledge in which logics, facts and figures and exact things are there. Means the reason behind any activity, reason behind any move is explained by science. And how that thing is supported? That thing is supported by the facts and the figures. Okay, if any effect is happening, it means behind that particular activity some cause will be there. So science is what it establishes the cause and effect relationship between the two things, or you can say like two phenomena, two activities. Okay, so that is science. So there are uh, various principles of science. That is it is about universally accepted principles. In this, universally accepted principles are there which is applicable in each and every activity, in each and every place. Okay, and it is based upon the experimentation and observation. In science, nothing is said just like that. It is supported by some experiments, it is supported by some observations, then anything has been declared. It is not just based upon the assumptions, it is based upon the facts and the figures. Then the cause and effect relationship, as I have told you, if some effect is there, so obviously behind that some cause will be there. So it develops the cause and effect relationship. The next, test of validity and predictability. It allows us to predict the future. It provides us the validity of something. So if we want to prove anything, we can prove via science. Next, we will see management as an. Okay, so after studying management as a science, next that is the management as an art. Okay, so as I have given you various examples of art, it is about skills, it is about creativity, it is about your interest, how you are performing the task. Okay, so art implies application of knowledge and skills to trying about desired results. And art may be defined as personalized application of general theoretical principles for achieving best possible results. Okay, so there are some various characteristics of an art are. It is depending upon the practical knowledge. When you are performing any task, when you are practicing any task, then you are gaining the knowledge, and you are means you are getting the expertise over that particular work. So that is like practical knowledge. Then personal skills. It is basically depending upon the capability of an individual, skills of an individual. Okay, then the creativity, how much an individual is having the diverse thinking. Okay, regarding anything, how many options he have, new ideas he have. That is the creativity. Then perfection through practice, as if you have the practical knowledge, you are again and again performing a task, again and again you are practicing any particular work, then obviously you will lead towards the perfection. So you will get the perfection through practice when we are talking about art. Then the next one, that is the goal oriented. It is also the goal oriented activity. You are having some objective, you are having some goals before doing any work. So this management, when we are talking about management, we are thinking, or we are having some specific goals and specific objectives that we are looking forward. Okay, so now we have seen management as a science individually, management as a art individually. Next, management both as a science and art. Okay, so management is both an art and a science. The above mentioned point clearly reveals that management combines features of both science as well as art. It is considered as a science because it has an organized body of knowledge which contains certain universal truth. It also called an art because managing requires certain skills which are personal possessions of managers. Science provides the knowledge and art deals with the application of that knowledge and skills. As I have told you, it is difficult to separate both science and art. Okay, so management is also both art and science. So science provides us knowledge, and art helps us to apply all those knowledge and skills in real world, you can say. Okay, so in short we can say like science teaches us to know while art teaches us to do. Okay, so it is science tells about, or science provides us various knowledge, and art helps us to apply all those knowledge. So to be successful managers have to know and to do things effectively and efficiently within the organization. This requires a unique combination of both science and art managing in them. Okay, so a manager should possess both the things, both the perspective he should have. So it is said that art of managing begins where the science of managing stops. So science of managing is imperfect. The manager must turn to artistic managerial abilities to perform a job efficiently. So that is why both the things, science and art, is necessary. Okay, the knowledge or the perspective of both the things is really very much important to manage the things effectively and efficiently. So this is the gist of like how management is coming under both like science and art. So a manager, to be successful in his, must acquire the knowledge of science and the art of applying it. Therefore, management is a judicious blend of science as well as an art because it proves the principles and the way these principles are applied in matters. Okay, so this is all about like how management is both as a science as an art. Now next is the management as a profession. Now we have seen management as a science, management as a art. Okay, now next, how you are looking towards the management when it is the matter of profession. When you have to choose any profession, any job, then what is the position of the management in that? A profession may be defined as an occupation that requires specialized knowledge and intensive academic preparation, to which entry is regulated by a representative body. The essentials of a profession are, so profession is a occupation, profession is a job, and in return of your work, when you are getting the monetary benefits, you are getting the compensation, and for that work you require specialized knowledge and deep academic preparation. Okay, and for that profession there are various things which is needed, which is, you can say, like these are the essentials of management as a profession. Like specialized knowledge, you should have the domain knowledge, you should have the specific knowledge. Suppose in an organization there are various functions are there, like HR is there, marketing is there, finance is there, research and development. Research is itself a different stream. Okay, so there are various specialized knowledges are there, so you should have, when you are trying to possess or when you are trying to choose the management as a profession, so you should have the specialized knowledge, you should have the formal education and training regarding that, regarding managing the things. Otherwise you are not able to attain or to achieve the objectives. Okay, then when you are choosing management as a profession, it is also coming up with some social obligations. You are answerable to each and every activity, you are the responsible person, so you are having various obligations. Okay, then the next is, that is the code of conduct. There are various rules and regulation principles are there, and you have to follow all these codes. There are various code of conduct of discipline, so you have to follow all those things. Then next, that is the representative association. You are associated with some company, some business, some organization, so you should have that thing also. Okay, then the next, okay, so next is the management functions, various functions of management. So I'm just introducing the various functions, because we are doing all these functions in detail in the next module. So there are various functions of management, that is planning is there, organizing is there, staffing is there, directing is there, and controlling is there. Okay, so these are the functions of management. We will discuss these functions in detail in the next module. Okay, at last there are some practice questions which you have to prepare, and these are also, you can say, like, these are the takeaways also. So first one, that is whether management is an art or science. You should be clear about both the things, like when management is considered as art, when it is considered as science, when it is a combination. Okay, so first question. Then the next question is illustrate various functions of management. Okay, so you should prepare these two questions which is related with this session, which is really very much important.